Broadcasting from the Penguin Air Plumbing and Electrical Studios, we're your hosts, Will Hallett and Wade Rusk, and this is the Penguin Pro Show. The Penguin Pro Show is an informative podcast talking about air conditioning, plumbing, heating, and electrical systems in the home. Each week, we bring on a panel of professionals to educate listeners on different topics related to these systems. Today, I'm real excited. Jay is actually sitting in for Wade today, but that's not why I'm excited.
Sorry, oh, thanks.
It's all right.
I mean, you brought me up and then right back to
I know.
It's okay. I'm
but
good with that.
I am excited that you're back here in the office.
I know.
Let's talk about that for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to who we have on the show.
To who you're actually excited about.
Who I'm excited about, yeah.
We can get to that later.
So let's talk about, Jay's been with us 9 years. The other guest has been with us 6 years. So we'll get into that more and more. But 9 years, Jay, you've never been able to take 2 weeks. 2 weeks vacation in the middle of summer.
Nope.
Since we started the business, I don't remember you ever taking a vacation in the middle of the summer.
No, I mean and it was pretty amazing. I gotta say, we took a little family camping trip up to Yellowstone and hit the Bighorns in Wyoming, and just kind of went off grid for 2 weeks. It was awesome, and it is a testament to the staff that we've built here, including the person you're excited about to talk about later. But
right.
Being able to have the confidence to be gone for 2 weeks and know that, of course, the fort was still held down was pretty awesome.
That is awesome. We've come a long way with that, with our leadership team, and they did a great job while you were gone. I really I just would ask questions, and they'd have the answers for me. Yep. So let's talk about that trip, because that's our kind of living, right? You and I, getting out there and off the grid and fishing and looking at all the wildlife and all the mountains. And was there snow on the mountain still, snow cap?
There was on some of the peaks out there where we were at. The weather was great. You know, it was like almost not cold, not hot. It seemed like I was in Hawaii or something. It was crazy because it was just great weather. Wake up in the morning and it was maybe a light sweater, if that, but I'd put on like shorts with a light sweater. And then hour or two in, by the time I'm done cooking breakfast, like the sweater was off and the weather was great. So, but cool enough at night, open up the windows in the camper and, cool down. Everybody slept great. So, but yeah, it's kind of the stuff we like to do is just, I like to camp where I don't see anybody else.
Yeah, don't give me a beach. Don't give me people. Give me mountains out in the middle of nowhere.
Don't hate on the beach.
Oh, man.
Saying.
Beaches are nice for a change. They're definitely nice for a change.
That's right.
But like I say, I like getting out to where we're not going to see anybody else. You know, the only thing we'll see in camp is we had like all over the place. I mean, deer almost got annoying to see anymore, right? Like it's like, oh, there's another deer. There's a deer. And they're in our camp. I mean,
that's so cool.
Kids are running around, being crazy, having fun, playing, and turn around and there's deer 10 yards from them, and just eating and hanging out. And but of course, in Yellowstone, just see a ton of wildlife. Buffalo all over the place, walking down the roads.
I need to get up there.
And, I need
to get up there.
All over the place.
No bear, though.
One thing we didn't see was bear. It was the one thing we really wanted to see was a grizzly. Didn't see a grizzly. We went to an exhibit and saw some wolves and grizzlies. We saw a wolf at Yellowstone, which was pretty cool. But no grizzlies, so that was the one thing we didn't get to see. But other than that, saw huge, 300 head of, elk in a herd, and like I say, deer all over, moose, tons of buffalo. But
well, I'm so glad you got to be able to do that. I know that it's been a long time coming for you, and you got the little kids that are starting school, and it's good to get away. I remember I would do that with my kids. It's a fine balance there with work and family life, and I'm glad you're able to do that. And you're refreshed and feeling great.
Oh yeah, feel great. Yeah, sweet. It's nice that getaway, that disconnect for a little bit. It's amazing how it kind of resets you and almost make you more energized to come back.
Right.
To come back to work, and kind of helps you clear your mind. And yeah,
it is a mind refresh for sure. Mm-hmm. So good. I'm glad you're back. We had a great July.
Yeah.
Even with you gone, like you said, the leadership team, including this guest here, Tonya. Mm-hmm. Tonya's been on the show once before with Jen. They run our call center. And just a little bit about why we want Tonya on the show here today. Tonya's she's not leaving us. She's just not going to be in the office. But couple times a month, maybe once a week.
She's leaving us.
So she's always going to be with us. We can't let her go. So she's moving to Texas.
Yes,
Houston area, right? Outside of Houston?
Outside of Houston, Lake Livingston.
So let's talk a little bit about your 6 years.
Amazing.
It's gone by fast. I know that I remember when I first met you, you were in the call center, right? Just taking calls.
Actually, I started out in the dispatch room.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. I think we did talk about that. So you're dispatching with
I was the dispatcher. For
Only
a while.
dispatcher we had there for a little
only
bit.
dispatcher.
I was the dispatcher, and then we actually brought Jen in. I trained Jen up on the dispatch side. You know, she had a lot of experience, but just kind of showed her the Penguin way and moved from there over to the customer service side. Did that for quite some time, and then moved over to the quality assurance side, just kind of making sure we're living up to those promises and doing the Penguin way. And then made a migration from there to customer service management. That's where I've been the last couple of years, and so now we're going to do kind of a brand new hybrid version of that. Still mostly.
So 2015, sorry to interrupt.
okay.
So
No, you're good.
as I was sitting here, 2015 is when you started with
Yeah.
us?
It's crazy.
What building were we in? We've been in 3 different buildings.
I was in the first building.
You were.
Yeah, over there in
Our
the little
little-
hole building.
Yeah.
Building.
Yeah, we had like
She
3
was
rooms.
she was dispatching from that little. She was just outside the
Just
hole.
outside the hole.
Just outside the hole. Remember,
I'm
we
trying to
had kind
remember.
of that hole that we created in the back.
The whole.
I feel so sorry for our call center.
Oh,
back in the day.
We did.
that's
had
why
a-
we built this building around the call center.
I mean,
but
it was like one office that, is probably your corner over there that had like 6 cubicles in it. I mean, it was so small. Can't believe
it
those
was a
people
black
stayed
hole,
with us.
right? It's like no windows.
There's no windows
Nothing,
because we
nothing.
created an inside office. We turned an interior office into
Yeah.
6 little cubicles, and
It was-
and she was just outside of that in that other office at a desk, and it was that
I
was
literally
interesting.
sat facing the wall with a wall behind me in that first office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
That was
yay
fun.
wide, and
I'm so
we-
glad.
we've grown so much. It's been
It is. It's been
amazing.
fun. It's been fun to
Amazing.
grow and have you along with both of you, right? So in 6 years, you've seen that growth. You've seen a lot of changes. You've seen a lot of people that have grown with us.
Absolutely.
What can you take out of those last 6 years that you feel like you really have learned here at Penguin?
I moved out of the teaching field because I wasn't real happy with it and kind of came into home services. So everything I know about the industry has come from the people I work with. All of my knowledge, all of my industry experience has been here with Penguin, variations of people. One of the great things has been that in Penguin, you guys provide a lot of outside training as well as inside training. So I've been able to work with Nexstar and other companies. We've done trainings, we've traveled, you've sent me places to learn more. All of those are super valuable. Definitely couldn't have progressed through the company without it. So the investment that Penguin makes in employees really gives you the opportunity to expand and grow. We have lots of people, lots of growth from within. It's very exciting to me to see how many people came into my customer service department and are now taking leadership roles within the company. They've moved to accounting roles, they've moved to install roles. So the growth opportunity. Dispatch roles, absolutely. Both of our dispatchers that we currently have came out of the customer service room. So the training that we're giving them at that entry level and the training that I got at an entry level really opened up the opportunities for growth. I learned that you can be a business and you can grow, but you can be an ethical business, that you can still put customers first and still accomplish your company goals, which is amazing. There's a lot of companies out there that grow, but they grow not in the right ways.
I'm glad you bring
Don't
that
build
up.
that loyalty.
I'm glad that you bring that up because you take that very seriously and you do a great job at it,
Absolutely.
taking care of the customers. We're not perfect, right? We're going to make mistakes.
We employ human
unfortunately,
beings. And
we,
humans do make mistakes.
but we don't run away from them. And
Absolutely.
Tonya's on the front lines of that. It goes straight to her from the customer service rep. It will go to you, and if it's escalated, they can't take care of it. And all the time, we hear how well Tonya does at taking care of those customers. And that's you're still taking on that role as you
Absolutely.
go to
Taking it with me.
Texas.
Taking
We
it
don't
with
want to. There's nobody better
Thank
that
you.
can handle that, and we know that. So all your customers out there,
We're still here.
Tanya's still here.
Yeah.
Those of that have
I
had to
actually
talk
have
to
a
her.
couple- I have a couple that just, they call the office and they just say, can I just talk to them? Your sister's like, I can help you. No,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So there's some loyalty that I built with customers as well, because they understand that my position with Penguin is unique. Customer service is such an important factor with us that we literally created a quality assurance position. And it's something that so far in my research of companies in the industry, they don't have that specific position. And the whole point is to make sure that we're living up to our promises. That we really are putting customers first, and that when we make a mistake, as you mentioned, that we own that mistake, we figure out the best way to fix it, and then we go about making that right, because that win with Penguin is absolutely something we believe in to the core of our company, which is where half of our success comes from.
Yeah, and I mean, I would just say it's funny because we almost joke that there's nobody else who almost seems excited to get on the phone with a customer who's ready to yell at them. I mean, that's huge, and
That's a little weird too. But
a little weird.
A little weird.
But I think it's the fact that you not only take them from that, but show them that we do care, and show them that we make mistakes. You know, sometimes they're our fault, sometimes they're not. You know, sometimes it's we can't get a piece of equipment or a part, for their unit, and it's out of our hands. But still, I get their frustration, you get their frustration, and it's still, we're going to talk to them, we're going to try and solve it, we're going to try and figure out anything we can to help them, and you're great at that, and I think that's the biggest thing is you show them you're not going to run from them, and I think the reason you're almost excited is because you know that you're going to show them that we're going to get it taken care of.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you believe in the company.
I do.
Yeah.
I believe in what we do, what we stand for, what we offer, and it's exciting to me when you can take a customer who's frustrated and alleviate some concern, give them some reassurance, follow through for them, communicate with them. A lot of frustration is literally created by a lack of communication. And so when they feel like they have that person that they can go to, I want to be that person, so that they know that we as a company are truly standing by what we say.
Yeah, you, if I was to describe one word for you, you're the empathetic is the word that comes. You're so empathetic, which is
The world lacks sympathy. We need
I know.
empathy. We really
And you're
do.
good
The
with
world would
that.
be a better place if we had more of it.
Yep, and we train that here. Of course,
It's huge in our training.
That's huge in our training, where empathy is. We got to empathize with that customer. We don't know what they're going through, right?
Yeah.
So we got to empathize with them.
And we know for the most part, I mean, customers are calling us not on a happy day, right?
Especially when it's 115 out.
For the most part,
They're
it's 115 out. They have no air conditioning. It's the middle of the night and their toilet's flooding their bathroom. They wake up with no power to the house. So we know they're calling us on one of their worst days. And so to be able to show that and what you do train that in the call center is, is amazing. And it's something that's special that, like I say, we're able to offer and really show kind of the difference that we take with them.
We've all been there. I raised 10 kids. There's nothing more panicky than your children standing in line for a bathroom that doesn't flush, right? That's sheer panic, let me tell you. But what I want you to know is I'm going to take care of you. Our company is going to step up. We're going to get somebody out there to you. You're going to win when you call Penguin. That's just the way it is. It's our motto. We use it a lot. Win with Penguin is just something that we say around here. But it's not just something we say. It's really something that we live. And we live to win not only for our customers, but for our employees. We offer lots of great things to our employees, as well as we talked about training and stuff. And the whole point to that is that the company betters when the people better, and that includes internal and external customers.
And I think that's the part I'm going to miss the most with you leaving, is just seeing you here every day, because you are so good with your team and employees, and coming in the training meetings with the technicians and explaining and getting them all fired up on certain things. So when you do come in each week, I want you to come in and do those same things.
Going to be here 1 week a month.
I'm going to miss that.
At least in the beginning. My whole goal, I really need to make this move. It's a personal thing. I'm going back home. I grew up in Texas. Going back home. I have a lot of great things there right now. New opportunities, new growth. And so I'm going to take that. I was super excited that Penguin, could offer me an opportunity to both grow in a personal level and still continue in a professional level with them, because I definitely, I tell everybody I bleed purple and green.
You do.
I love this company to the core, but this is a personal move for me. It's something that I
good.
really needed
You
in
need
my
it.
life. I'm very happy with it, and to be able to make that move continue with Penguin, and still come in once a week, meet
Once
with
a
my
month,
people.
yeah.
Once a month, I'm sorry. You
all
are
right.
correct. Once a month. Once a week would be a little hard.
Yeah.
But in once a month, still interact with my people, still train with the staff, and the nice thing is I'm still going to be able to do the quality assurance because I know what my company
Oh, yeah.
expectations are.
For sure.
So therefore, I know how to take care of these customers in office, out of office, either way.
Well, you can thank COVID for that because we
Right,
learned
we
a lot
learned a lot
of
about that.
a lot of lessons on how we can work remotely during COVID. Most companies did, right? So we got it down pretty good.
We did.
So
We've
we
got
have
great communication in place. Again, when we went to the COVID process, we went to a lot of training and a lot of things on best practices, and we learned a lot, and it really opened the door for this opportunity. So I'm really excited. I'm excited to just keep being a Penguin.
Yeah. No, and it's awesome. And I got to say, I mean, when you and Jen sat me down to have the conversation that you were
That was
leaving.
a rough conversation.
I know, but I want you to know there was really never a question of we're going to make it work. You know, we want you here. I'm going to find a way to make it work, find a role for you to fit into because you're that valuable to the team that we want you here.
Oh, I love being here. This is
and we
my
want you to
second family.
continue with us because to me, success isn't success unless you bring the people along with you.
Absolutely.
Right. And if it was just Wade and Will, and that's no fun. So
I'm
that's
super
why
excited to continue to be a manager, to continue to lead, to continue to teach, to continue to work with our customers, bring that promise full forth, prove what we're all about. The things we say, things you read on a website, I know you see them on a lot of places, but this is a company you come to and we live it and we teach it from the day one in training we start with, Win with Penguin. And it's really important, and I'm really proud to be a part of that and to take that and be able to grow this position and do these things and continue even from another place.
and we need more and more people. So you still can help out with training.
Absolutely.
We have a
are
lot of
still
seats
looking
to
for some
fill.
more. Yeah, we've
That
got
call
some
centers.
CSR openings, so you know someone good, someone who wants to really contribute. There's really some great benefits to the CSR room and to being an employee with Penguin. One of my favorite, actually, that we do that a lot of companies do not, we actually offer you a day off on your birthday
I know.
because we celebrate employees. It's not just about our company, it's about the people within it.
Yeah, that's great.
So we actually do offer a floating holiday for your birthday, and I think that's a benefit that's just not around a lot of places. And it's a really special part of what we do is to honor those people that work with us, and it's really a privilege for me to be able to teach and lead and be a part of that.
Yeah, we're happy for you that you're doing this on a personal level. You deserve it. Tell me a little bit about this area you're moving to.
So it's a little bit, a little north of Houston, big recreational area. There's a lake out there, but we have a beautiful view from the house of the lake.
Nice.
I've got beautiful people around me that love me and care about me. I actually grew up in Houston, so I'm kind of excited. This is going home after 35 years. I get to go home, so I'm really excited about that. It's a beautiful area. We have trees. Very excited about trees. Green grass.
You got to go an hour
yeah.
north to get trees here, but yeah.
Yeah, definitely a little different than the desert, but I'm super excited, super stoked.
Tanya, can I put you on the spot for a sec?
Sure, absolutely.
Okay, fair enough. I appreciate that a great deal. So I'm going to ask you, and if you're not comfortable, that's fine. But I got to say, so generally speaking, I'm not quite as happy when people tell me they're leaving as I was when you told me that you were leaving. But that's for a specific reason. And we've always said Penguin is about the people. We're a business, we're a company, we support families, but it's about the people. So if you're comfortable, would you mind sharing just a little bit of why you're moving to Texas? Because
Absolutely.
it's hard.
I am excited, actually. I would love to share with you. I've had a lot of personal changes in my life. And I've moved forward from some things that were a little rough in my life. And as I was making those changes, new things came in and new lights were open and new doors open. And I'm a firm believer that things happen in your life for a reason. And I was lucky enough one day to get a nice little DM message from someone I hadn't seen in 35 years. It's actually my boyfriend our freshman year of high school. And we started talking, and both of our lives had changed, and we realized we had some extremely similar stories and had been through some extremely similar stuff. time went on, and we did some more talking, and then we did a little visiting, and what we realized is that 35 years ago, those crazy kids, they kind of had something. They were kind of smart and kind of figured out that they really meshed well clear back then. And what we learned really quickly is that we still mesh really, really well. And that
he's here in the studio today is what Tonya keeps looking up.
I do. That's mine. Yes. And so we've decided that we're gonna take this back to Texas where we started it, and we're gonna see how this flows and what we got, and put together a really great life. I'm super excited. I think that all things come about in mysterious ways, and I have this great job that is willing to work with me and allow me this personal growth and this time to explore and become. I have a great man that's willing to let me continue my professional life as well and be supportive of that. Beautiful house, beautiful lake.
Yeah, you deserve
back
that.
in the woods.
You've done everything, and
I'm
I know,
happy.
knowing you for 6 years, you've done everything for everybody else, right?
Is it the same high school there, so you can still sneak off behind the bleachers?
We actually, this man actually took me back to my old high school on the first trip back to Texas. Took me back, let me, get on campus a little bit and get that feel and the nostalgia. And
That's awesome.
That is cool.
It was amazing. First visit, he took me all the wonderful places we'd been before, all the places we used to hang out as kids. Yeah, that was pretty special.
That's awesome.
And,
Yeah, I love it.
It's kind of a miracle story. You try to tell people about it, and they're like, "Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, right,
Yeah.
right." No, it's true. These things happen. Fairy tales happen.
You think Facebook? Is this Facebook?
This is a Facebook thank you.
Yeah.
Facebook
Yeah.
thank you. It definitely, we both looked between the relationships and different things throughout the years, and this was the time, and it was the right time. We were both in a position of freedom and growth and personal, gain and growth, and it just was the right time for that. God works in mysterious ways, in my opinion, and I'm ever so grateful for the opportunity. And then when we decided to make it go with this and go back home and see what we have going on and how we can blend our families together, to be able to walk in and have an open conversation, with my boss, and to say this is what I really need on a personal level, and for him to say, you know what, all right, I see that. You're happy. Let's do this. Let's keep you here.
That's an
was
easy decision.
Super, super special to me to
So take a couple tubes of chapstick.
take up to chapstick with me.
Yeah. No, that's an easy
So it's
decision.
an honor. It's
That's
an
easy.
honor to be
You've
that
earned
group.
that. You've earned that. We know that you're not going to skip a beat. It's you're the right person in that role, and always will be. And hopefully someday you can train more and more people in those roles, because as we grow, we're gonna need more of those people. So
Most definitely. I'd love to share the Penguin way.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's a great company model. We've built some great things. The management team is phenomenal. I've had the privilege of working with really amazing people. I've worked with Jay since I got here. He has offered training and mentorship, and I've watched other people come up and grow within the company. And one of my greatest things is there's such a lack of drama within the company. So many companies, you find that there's such a fight for leadership that it becomes a competition. And Penguin is much different. Our leadership team, we really look at each other as family, and we look out for each other on every level, from professional to personal. And that's something you don't find in many companies. It's something that I'm eternally grateful for, is the personal relationships as well as the professional growth in relationships.
yeah, that is all our core values, right?
It absolutely is.
That care factor,
We care for a reason.
the relationships, and the enjoyment. Those two you love, and we love that about you. We love you, and we're excited for your next chapter.
I am too.
That's going to be fun to watch.
So
and
excited.
Yeah, we're excited. We're still a part of it.
That's right.
Absolutely. Me too. Me
So-
too. I'm so grateful.
thanks for coming on. I know you're leaving
Absolutely.
tomorrow, right?
I am.
Heading
I'm headed
out.
to Texas. I get to go home.
So yeah, and thanks for stopping by. I think everyone's gonna miss you, but we get you a couple days a week, a month.
A
Yeah,
month. And it was a decision that was so easy. When we talked about going to Texas, and I talked about wanting to do a remote position with Penguin, Kent was the very first one to say, you're going to need time there. You've got family there. You have coworkers that are family there. He was the first one to be supportive of that, needing to come back a little bit each month.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited about that. I think it's going to give us a great way to develop this position, and just to continue the relationships.
And I think that's the biggest thing is we're still going to be able to stay connected, continue that relationship, and really like I say move forward together and still grow. While you're
Absolutely.
able to do that personally as well.
Yeah, it's great.
All right, awesome. So Tonya, good luck, travel safe,
I appreciate it.
and
Yeah, we'll miss you,
You
for
know,
about
maybe-
3 weeks a month.
3 weeks a month. 3 weeks a month. Maybe it'll all right.
maybe a
I'll be
little
back. I'll
bit
be
down the
back.
road, Jonathan. We can get a little more stories from her, what Texas is like,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
here on the show. So,
Yep.
but yeah, appreciate you, and we'll be hearing lots of stories, I'm sure. So glad
I'm so
you're
excited.
happy and smiling.
Thank
So
you so much. Well, thank you.
everybody, next week it's always a little surprise. We're getting more into bringing on more of our employees and getting to know them. It's like a one-on-one. It's really good for myself and for Wade and Jay to really get to know our employees and their backgrounds and where they came from and how they got in the industry. And I think you'll enjoy it. So go ahead and like this and share it with as many friends as you can. And subscribe as well. We're on all sorts of different podcasts. You'll find us everywhere. So everyone have a great week and talk to you soon.
When the thing was-
We're Penguin.
Thank you.